There are places on Earth that time has forgotten, where ancient whispers ride the wind and shadows dance just at the edge of sight. They call it the Forgotten Land, a realm shrouded in primeval forest, a place spoken of only in hushed legends. For most it's just a story, but for us, it was about to become terrifyingly real. It all started when my friend Nam got his hands on an old, weathered map. It was more than just paper and ink. It felt like a key to a lost world. Lin, our history buff, immediately recognized some of the symbols etched on it. They weren't from any known culture. They were ancient, powerful. That was all Kang needed to hear. He's our vlogger, always chasing the next big story. He fired up his camera. All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're embarking on the adventure of a lifetime. My Lin's sister wasn't so sure. You could see the hesitation in her eyes. Adventure is one thing, but this felt different. Still, she couldn't let her sister go alone. Our first stop was a remote village at the edge of the jungle. That's where we met Tung, a local guide. He was quiet, with eyes that seemed to have seen more than he let on. The villagers were less reserved, they warned us. Spoke of people who went into that forest and never returned. They called it a place of no return, where the trees themselves hold secrets. We dismissed it as local superstition. We were young, arrogant. We spent the afternoon prepping our gear ropes, first aid, rations, and of course all of Kong's camera equipment. As dawn broke, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, we left the village behind. The air grew heavy the deeper we went. The ancient trees formed a dense canopy, blocking out the sun. It felt like stepping into another world, a world that was watching us. Almost immediately, our tech started acting up. GPS was gone, and Kong's camera feed kept glitching. That's when Tung stopped. He pointed to the ground. "These tracks," he said, his voice low. "They're not from any animal I know." A shiver went down my spine. But Kang just laughed it off, filming Tung's concerned face. "Getting some spooky vibes for the vlog. I love it." We took a lunch break by a clear, cold stream. To pass the time, Lin shared stories she'd researched about a lost civilization rumored to have lived here. One that worshipped the forest and its unseen guardians. Kong, ever the jokester, started making mock offerings to the trees, trying to lighten the mood. But his laughter died when Mai suddenly gasped, her eyes wide. "Did you hear that?" she whispered. It sounded like voices. We all fell silent, listening. Nothing but the gurgle of the stream and the buzz of insects. We told her she was just imagining things, but I wasn't so sure. Then, the light began to fade. It was unnaturally fast, as if someone had thrown a switch. One minute it was afternoon, the next dusk was upon us. A sense of urgency filled the air as we scrambled to set up camp. As complete darkness enveloped us, the forest came alive with sound, but these weren't the normal sounds of the jungle. There were rustles in the bushes just beyond the firelight, too heavy to be a small animal. Suddenly, a shadow, large and indistinct, flashed past the edge of our camp. It was there and gone in a second. "Did you see that?" Kong yelled, already fumbling for his drone. "Gonna get an aerial shot?" He sent the small device worry up into the darkness, its lights blinking before they vanished abruptly from view. "Signal lost," he muttered, staring at his controller in disbelief. "It's gone." Tung stared into the darkness, his face grim. "We shouldn't be filming," he said, his voice barely a whisper. Some things don't want to be seen." Nam was trying to appear calm, studying his map under a headlamp, but I could see the tremor in his hands. He was hiding his fear, trying to be the leader, but the forest was getting to him, to all of us. Lin, trying to distract herself, wandered to the edge of the camp. "Guys, over here." We rushed over to find her staring at a moss-covered stone pillar, nearly swallowed by the jungle. Carved into it were symbols, the same ones from Nam's map. It was real. This place was real. The discovery should have been exciting, but it just amplified the fear. An argument broke out. Kong wanted to push forward, convinced we were on the verge of a world-changing discovery. Tong wanted to turn back at first light. Mai was crying, begging us to listen to him. Before we could decide, the weather turned. The wind howled through the trees, and a torrential rain began to fall. A jungle storm had hit, trapping us. Nam pulled out his compass, hoping to get a bearing for the morning. The needle was spinning wildly, useless. That's when Mai screamed and collapsed. We rushed to her side, but she was unconscious. As the lightning flashed, it illuminated the ground around our tents. There were footprints in the mud, huge strange footprints that hadn't been there moments before. And then we heard it. A deep, guttural roar that echoed through the night, a sound that shook us to our core. It was close. Through it all, I saw a red light blinking in the dark. It was Kong, secretly filming, unable to resist documenting our terror. As he panned his camera across the tree line, the lens caught it for just a fraction of a second, a tall, shadowy figure standing amongst the trees, watching us. Tung saw it too. He began whispering a prayer, his eyes shut tight. Nam, his face pale, unfolded the map one last time, his last hope. He looked from the paper to the path ahead of us, then back again. His eyes widened in pure horror. The path we had followed to get here, it was gone. The forest had shifted around us, swallowing the way back, leaving us trapped in the heart of the forgotten land.